207 was the target, and the Chennai Super Kings have won by a margin of 20 runs. Usually when it's 200 plus target, you expect the team that has put the target to win, but it wasn't quite the case today because Mumbai Indians at the Wankhede, known to be batsman's paradise, Mumbai Indians were cruising courtesy some outstanding start that Rohit Sharma and then alongside that Ishan Kishan gave them, and then Tilak Verma also came to the party and Rohit Sharma continued, got his 100, but that wasn't going to be enough. Chennai Super Kings have won their first game away from home this season. I don't know why I have a feeling that today's show is going to be even more exciting than the match that we just witnessed. Is it going to be firstly? One word answer on. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely yes.
Definitely. Choice of word also. Most definitely.
Definitely. Yes.
Definitely. Most definitely. If I were... I'm not checking my social media now. Probably I won't check it tonight also.
Don't.
I will check it tomorrow morning. So when I check social media tomorrow morning, my question would be, what do you think will be the number one trend? One by guess.
Dhoni's 3 sixes?
No.
Selfish Rohit.
Selfish Rohit. Okay.
Selfish
That will be number one.
That'll be up there for sure. Virat the GOAT will be number 2. Or you can swap the order around either which way.
Why will Virat be trending in a game where he's not even played?
Because his Viratian army will go behind Rohit. And I'll call this spade a spade. I've seen it.
Okay, we'll get to that. Hold on, says I know everyone's
Actually, we're all almost as excited as Shivam was, who sent us like
Go.
20 seconds before we wanted to be.
Just want to gather our thoughts, but the man, no, you're out there. Whatever it is.
So Siddharth has got his second thing wrong today. His number one trend he's definitely got wrong. And as he got wrong, I am not surprised with CSK win because I told you.
Even I went for a CSK win.
But I'm not surprised with that win.
Maybe he's been lumping you along with him also.
He picked Mumbai Indians. The moment he picked Mumbai Indians
it is 1-1.
Some reverse
Nikhil predicted LSG, but they lost very badly.
Yeah.
Mumbai didn't lose that
No,
badly.
but were you very confident when I picked LSG that LSG will not win? No. But I was confident.
That they will not win.
As soon as you picked Mumbai Indians today.
You're caught in a time warp. You think I'm 2022. No. My predictions have been much better as
Since
compared.
he has said that Chennai was never his team, Chennai is my team this season.
Fine.
I will support Chennai in every game. I anyway like Chennai. Not my favorite team, but because you have abandoned them, or should I say you never abandoned them because you never liked them in the first place.
Yes.
So then I will take up that mantle
Of course.
and back Chennai Super Kings for what they've done. Okay, so he's got the number one trend. What he said Dhoni sixes, which I think is
No, Siddharth's wrong.
way off the mark.
Yeah.
He says
Just like the Delhi Capitals.
he says Rohit Sharma.
It was the trend until the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Until the last 10
Tomorrow
minutes.
morning, nobody is going to remember.
Yeah.
That. So he says both Rohit and Virat will be trending. What do you think?
Number 1 will be Selfish Ro. Number 2 will be Virat. Just Virat Kohli, whatever Virat Kohli.
Virat the GOAT.
I think Virat and I don't know about Virat, but Rohit will be in the trend. And I have a feeling that Hardik Pandya will also be in the trend.
Nah.
He will also be one of the top trends, more so than the sixes that Siddharth spoke about. I think they will be in the trend. And why will they be in the trend? And that's what we'll discuss. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. What do you do? The man's got 104 at a 160 odd strike rate.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Second 100 in IPL history for Rohit
After
Sharma.
a decade.
So, decade ago he got one,
More than
got
a decade,
another one.
2013.
11 years.
Yeah, so very good 100 at that. But why do you think he's going to be trending, and what did you make of that knock today? One by one. Now, since Shane was the most excited to go for
the most eager.
Go.
Please.
What do you make of that?
See, today I'm in a no care mood. My team won. I don't care who won here. So I'm going to be very unfiltered about what exactly is going to be going down on
Even if
social
your team
Meanwhile, can we
lost,
have a look at the Mumbai
it just
scorecard?
improves the morale
Mumbai.
of a fan. Your team won. You're in a very good space. I don't care which of these teams wins, loses, because it doesn't impact my team. So I'm calling it.
No, but
right.
everyone who joins us every night expects you to be unfiltered and honest every single day.
If I'm unfiltered to the degree that I'm going to be now, my social media DMs will be hell.
You'll have to bleep every single
No,
time.
my social media DMs will be hell, boss.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. A lot of people like speaking to me over there. Some like saying some not so nice things. But let's be frank. I think
You know that clip of Rohit Sharma that's been going viral. Of course, it was on the comedy show very recently, and there's a clip of it going viral as to what's that? Who's that one player whose phone you can't put on the speaker phone? Like most likely वो मैं ही होऊंगा. Shane reminds me of Rohit Sharma. Shane's phone you can never put on the speaker. And there are so many more people upstairs who will testify to that.
And not wrongly so, anyway. Not wrongly so. But I think one of the reasons why people are going to be jumping on the Rohit Sharma bandwagon or the let's try and criticize Rohit Sharma bandwagon. And I'll admit he gave them just a little bit of cause because he slowed down massively after a point. And not after a point, towards the end. When the match result was kind of out of the way, okay, fine, I don't have a problem with you going for 100, but you could have perhaps been batting with a little bit more this thing for one very simple reason, and it's something we've learned over seasons how important it is: net run rate. 20-run loss does actually make a bit of this thing, and it will make more of an impact than say a 10-run loss or even a 5-run loss. After a point, it just didn't look like they were trying. Once I think Tim David was out and Romario Shepherd led in quick succession, it looked like they had given up on the game. And I'm not saying it was a winnable game. But again, I go back to that Dhoni knock against Delhi, where it was a lost cause game. But Dhoni went out there and kept hitting. Why? Reduce the margin. Ensure that a loss, and which, by the way, that was a comprehensive win by Delhi. But he reduced the margin because in the long run, that matters. Here after a point, they just gave up. And now, there will be people jumping on the bandwagon saying, oh, he slowed down because he was looking for his 100.
Tell me, forget people.
But
I don't think that was the case.
No.
I don't think that was the case. Okay. He did not really slow down his scoring rate, and the only slowing down that started happening was when they started losing wickets in clusters. Sky went very early. Tilak got a start. Hardik went very early. Tim David falls. Romario Shepherd falls. There was too many wickets falling for me to expect him to honk the strike and then look to go big. I think any criticism that will be going his way, especially from the Viratians, because we've heard enough criticism of Kohli having slow hundreds, which he did against even RR, I think is way off the mark. I don't think it's the one I agree with.
This 100, it's not that?
It's not that. I don't think so.
This is a fine 100.
It's not fine. He did slow down. I'm just saying, compare.
Did they lose because of Rohit Sharma?
No,
Okay.
definitely not.
Is it a fair comparison because the entire room went after Virat Kohli
that day, yeah.
So how is this different, Siddharth?
Okay. We know that the RCB batting, okay, that's the excuse that they give, that, oh, the RCB team doesn't have too many batters. Power hitting, reputation, if you look at it.
Faf and Glenn Maxwell are test match legends.
On a prayer. As
No,
I
they're
mentioned.
test match legends apparently.
That's the excuse I'm pointing out. That is the excuse. It is KGF, but on a prayer. GF is presenting you problems, isn't it? That's the common thread that's going around. GF is giving you problems. In normal life and on cricketing
This
terms.
reminds me, sorry to digress and interrupt, but this reminds me of what apparently Ajit Jadeja said on comedy.
It wasn't Ajit Jadeja, it was Akash Chopra.
No. I think it was attributed to Ajit Jadeja. Whatever it is, it was attributed to an expert
I know.
life's anyway not good if GF is not there.
He spoke the truth in a way.
Okay,
So,
why is it, firstly I want one word answer. Is it comparable to the Virat Kohli? Virat Kohli, you pin the blame on that loss. Is that same for Rohit? Shane says no.
I also agree. No, you can't pin the blame.
Okay, but Virat, you had to pin the blame.
Yes.
Okay, but why not Rohit? Okay,
because he is setting a total. Virat was setting the total. You needed to show better intent there, and he got his 100, if I'm not mistaken, in 67 balls.
Correct.
67.
The joint slowest in IPL history. Here, Rohit
61.
And the strike rate 10 better. 10 better than a Virat.
How 10 better? Eventually
156.
Virat finished on
Still
156.
So that's the difference then. Again,
160, no?
156.
Okay.
Okay. So, this batting lineup is better than RCB's. Let's admit that. Today, Rohit, as he said, he slowed down for the valid reason that all the others, David didn't fire, Tilak got a start but didn't capitalize. Surya Kumar for 2 games, a silver duck for him. Okay, when you lose Surya, that's about 60% of the game gone. Because on this wicket, for this kind of a chase, you needed Surya. At this point in time, okay, if Rohit, the cause was lost at 17th over, it was done. But he still maintained a decentish scoring. But looking at the way how he slowed down, if you have Rohit and Virat as your openers in the T20 World Cup, pray hard.
Rohit, Kohli is not going to be your opener.
There is a suggestion.
Yeah, there is apparently a
but
There is a lot of suggestion.
Doesn't forget, if he's batting at number 3, how does that change the thing?
You yourself have stated that there is no difference between an opener and a 3. But there is a major difference. Because he will be batting outside of the power play.
My point is, you are saying that God help India if Rohit and Virat are opening.
Yes.
If I'm telling you that Virat is not opening, then everything is fine for India? Virat
God
is
help India because both of them are there.
So say that, now then. You're confusing me. You're saying if they're opening, there's an issue, but if Virat bats at 3, it's fine?
It is not fine at all.
So then say, God help India, both of them are there.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if they open or one bats at 3 or whatever.
This knock, if you look at the broader picture of India, if people want to look beyond their franchisee or beyond personality worship.
Fan bases, no, don't bring franchises.
Whatever. I'm saying fan bases who want to look beyond their myopic thing. It is a problem.
Okay, so as Shivam points out, I don't have to wait till tomorrow morning. On X right now, the number 1 trend on X right now is selfish. But as we've heard from 2 of our panelists, in Shane and Siddharth, both of them think this was anything but that, right? They're not comparing this to Virat. They panned Virat that day, but this is not that.
Yeah,
both
you have to, these trends, if you have to look at it, you have to see what is the at handle there, okay? Because it's a trend that they will anyway want to trend.
Yeah, you are saying paid trend or whatever.
Course,
Yeah, that's
of
okay, but
course.
I'm just
Not paid,
saying.
not
what
paid.
it is.
Not paid. Fan base.
Fan base, whatever.
Fan
It
base
is the
for
number
paid.
1
Yeah.
trend. But in your opinion, it's a wrong trend because there's nothing of that sort. Right?
Nothing,
Okay.
nothing. Those who trend this are missing the point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those who trend this don't know cricket, in simple terms.
Okay.
I won't take a lot of time. I'll just simply put out a few numbers that come to my mind. Because the second or one of the top trends right now is also century, let's say. So of course, people calling it a selfish century, but
Also Hardik.
also Hardik,
As I predicted, we'll
which
get to
will
that
come
one
to,
by one.
which will come to. But I just want to point out the stark difference between the 2 centuries. Virat's century came of 67 deliveries. His last 13 runs came of 9 deliveries. From 58, he went to 67 to get to his 100. Rohit Sharma needed 4 balls to get to his last 12 runs. I don't think I need to elaborate any further. If you think this is a selfish knock, then there's a difference. 4 balls, last 12 runs to get to the landmark, 9 balls to get to the landmark, and 13 runs is what you get in 9 balls. So that's a big difference over there. You can convert that into strike rate as well, how Rohit, sort of the template at which he was playing, the gears in which he was operating, he continued to operate. I don't think he slowed down. Yes, you could question, his body language perhaps changed a bit once he realized that the match had gone out of hand, and maybe he should have, as captain or former captain, knowing how important things can get towards the end, maybe, the body language could just have been a little better and gotten those few more runs towards the end. But fact of the matter is, today Mumbai lost because Rohit Sharma did not have enough support on the other side. That argument wasn't quite that appropriate the last time around. Virat Kohli.
But Virat also did not have any
Exactly.
support
Actually,
on
he
him.
didn't have any support.
But again, that's
Then
when.
how is this different to what?
I'll tell you, because again, that time you were setting the total, and here things were almost gone. And there you had to be the aggressor yourself, because
But
Virat's numbers also, by the way, change only if you're looking at how things ended. That's when you get to that strike rate of 160. Otherwise, it was below 150.
See, my point, 2 things where I do not agree with all 3 of you. One, you're comparing the number of balls that Virat took to get to his 100 vis-a-vis the number of balls that Rohit Sharma took. And
Because that's going to be the eventual comparison.
So I'm just trying to tell you, they are playing in 2 different venues. Today you played on a ground where the team that's batted first has got 200 plus. On a ground where you expected 200 to be chased. Correct? So which is why if you are comparing that he got to his 100 Rohit few balls earlier than Virat, that in no mean is a apple to apple comparison. Okay, if he got 100 that much more quicker than whatever,
But
7
then
balls,
if
8
we are-
balls
if we are
quicker. No, just one second. You had your say. Let me also. If he had those many balls less or whatever, he's playing in a completely different situation where you've already had a team. What was the criticism that went for a Virat Kohli, right? That whatever rate that he played at that on that given day, we said no. See, otherwise 156 strike rate should never be a problem. Virat Kohli got runs 100, that to a big score. Not even like, so supposing if you're only playing a cameo, then you can even say 150 is not enough for a cameo, right? But if someone is getting 100, which is like big runs, yet at such a good strike rate, more often than not you will say 156 is outstanding. The reason to which I think there was merit, the criticism that went Virat's way is because on that day, that seemed less because the team that chased it down made you feel that you were 10-15 runs short. Right? Correct. So you'll have to take it in comparison to where you're playing, right? Similarly, today, if you're going to compare that he got so many balls 100 before Virat did, you're also playing in a different scenario. You are playing in a different game where also your team ended up 20 runs short. 20 runs short of that. So you have to take it in comparison to that. So 100 cannot be okay. He reached, let's say whatever, he on a given day, you are a batter on a given day in some ground, somewhere you got it in 50 balls and I got it in 48.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily mean mine at 48 would be better because so I'm saying that firstly is not a fair comparison. What happened there? They were 15 runs short. Today also 15 runs short. Secondly, I think it is very, and that which is why I think it's worthy of a debate, that you win, you get support or you're not support, and I think that will be the criticism for Rohit also, and I think it should be a criticism for Rohit, for Virat also, and I think it should be a criticism for Rohit, that if a top level batter, whichever country, let's say a Butler for England, a Virat for India, a Rohit Sharma for India, these are, if they remain not out in a chase till the end, the team has no business losing that game.
Correct.
And that is how you judge top level players with, whether it is a Rohit Sharma, whether it is a Virat Kohli, and the same yardstick will go for a Virat also. The same yardstick will go for a, let's say, Nicholas Pooran in West Indies or whatever. That boss, Pooran sometimes comes number 3 for West Indies, right? And from number 3 he came in early because a wicket fell and he's batted till 20 overs and you've not chased the total down. Same if a Rohit has batted 20 overs and you've not chased a total down. If a Butler has batted 20 overs and you've not chased a total down, or a Rohit, Virat, all of these top level batters, then there is a problem. These batters are considered the best in the world because if they end up batting majority of the innings, they have to win the game. And if it was a Virat Kohli today in Rohit Sharma's place and he batted through the inning and could not finish it for his team, I think he was going to be worthy of criticism. And I think the same will go for Rohit Sharma. There were various other reasons which we'll get into. Like in Virat's case also that day, as somebody is saying, the bowling attack was much better. Or somebody said that nobody else is stepping us, you had to bat. There were different arguments made. But at the end of the day, the conclusion was that no, boss, you are Virat Kohli. If you are batting, you need to because he was batting first, you needed to take your team above par, not below par. Similarly, I would say that if a Rohit Sharma, and by the way, if you were to even ask Rohit Sharma, he would not just that, he would also be disappointed that he could not finish the game. I don't think he will be happy with his 100 because these are the batters who are expected to finish. 20 overs you bat. Assuming, let's say, he got out at 70. He got out trying to play and then the rest of the batters came and Hardik didn't fire, whatever, and you lost, maybe it wouldn't have been that much of an issue. He's batted the full duration of the game where he's batted more than 50% of the deliveries that were on offer on a given day. He is expected to win a game like Virat is, like as I said Butler is, like a Nicholas Pooran is, whatever top level batters, like I'm saying, I don't want to take his name because fans from Pakistan will be upset, like a Babar Azam is, but they'll say if he bats, he will not win it because he bats at that rate.
Because he bats at 130, we're cribbing about 150.
But that's it. That's how it is. And if one can be criticized, the other thing, because I think Rohit Sharma is a world-class batter. And today, he could not finish it.
Okay, by that yardstick, if you look at it, see, Virat Kohli, let's take Savai Man Singh out of the equation. On a similar pitch, which was flatter, he hit 3 of 9. Okay. Now the excuse will be, okay, he faced a better bowler, but he's a top-class batter himself.
I'm not going into those
So,
excuses. Siddharth, I
apples
said
and
no
apples,
excuses.
yeah.
I said no excuses. You brought the excuses.
Not
I
excuses.
said let's not look at any other factor.
The disclaimer that we had given is that it was a lost cause. In the case of Virat, it wasn't a lost cause until over number 19 in that RR chase.
But that is in hindsight, no? Siddharth,
Not in
you're
hindsight.
saying. You're saying in hindsight.
No.
At that time, who was to see? All I'm saying is this ground. At this ground, whether you bat first, second, this ground, the part total is 200, 200 plus, right? On a Wankhede, did Mumbai Indians get there? They did not get it. Did Rohit Sharma bat the full 20 overs? Did they get to par? No. That is a thing, a criticism he will have to deal with. I'm sorry. It would have been the same for Virat Kohli. And that day also you criticized Virat, which I'm not in any way objecting to. Because he did not. Same, I think by that logic, it's the same thing. You were counting, now you're looking at other factors, Savai Man Singh, Wankhede, that bowling, this bowling, non-striker was this. I'm not looking at that. I'm saying 50% of the ball if you have faced all these top batters in the world. And if they do not, you fall short, it's an issue.
In the case of Virat Kohli, if you have to look at it, that is the template with which he is comfortable with. He will take his time, and that is why he's become an opener. Post 2022, when his struggles ended, is it any coincidence that after the 2022 struggles, where is he batting? He's either an opener or at max at number 3. Prior to that, where was he batting? Just look at the position yourself. 3 or 4, isn't it? 3 most of the time. Now he's an opener because it is his style of play by which he will take his time and then he'll negotiate the tough times and then he'll have a big score. In the case of Rohit Sharma, that has never been his template. Today, he started well, but because he lost wickets, he slowed down. But we added with that disclaimer, it was a lost cause. So, by this kind of a thing, when you are chasing, you already know your fate. In the case of Virat, you didn't know your fate, which is why prepare for something which is 15-20 runs additional. In the case of Virat's knock, it wasn't, it was 15-20 under par.
So Mumbai should have got 15-20 additional with Rohit batting.
That was another factor there.
Which
we will get to that.
But you said you absolved everyone else on the RCB batting lineup saying they're living on a prayer.
Yes.
Right? So that's what I'm trying to say. And they were 15 runs short.
Yeah.
So now you're chasing. You should have been 15 runs. You should have reached the target 15 balls to spare. Should have done it. Could you do it?
They couldn't do it.
Oh, so then somebody has to take the blame. The man who batted. I'm just saying the same logic. You have to extend the same logic.
No. By that logic, your entire batting unit barring
so
Rohit
here,
failed.
that's what. So here the problem is entire batting unit.
Yes.
In RCB the problem is only Virat Kohli.
Of course.
No.
I'll tell you why.
No.
You will see, look at the consistency, look at Ishan, look at a Surya, look at a Tilak, look at a Tim David, look at a Hardik. I have counted 5 people who are capable in the RCB lineup, barring a Kohli. Who else is there on current form?
But then doesn't that give Kohli more of a reason to kind of bat longer and slower because there's no one else who's doing
Exactly
the
what I
job?
was
He is in the wrong franchise either in that
That's a
sense.
different factor. See,
No. Then that isn't an excuse then. See, he wants his own personal thing to give a hope. Rohit doesn't need that. He has 5 batters that he can fall back on. But in the case of Virat Kohli, that smoke screen can't be given. That, oh, he's got only 3-4 batters. And then you have to take even more responsibility. You have to be aggressive.
No, if you have only 3-4 batters, then you won't be aggressive. Look at, for instance, Sunrisers Hyderabad in the David Warner era. Recently only we were talking about it saying he would get selfish runs. You know, a lot of the times the team beyond the openers, we used to say that about SRH for years. There are 2 openers, couple of bowlers, and that was the extent of it. That's how shockingly they also won the IPL in 2016, but that's neither here nor there. But why is it that Warner for years was absolved for those slow knocks? 120, 130 strike rate. Because he was always said, oh, you know, he's the one batter, he has to take responsibility. Taking responsibility would mean scoring big runs, even if it meant taking your strike rate out of the equation. What I would like to draw a comparison to, and where I think it is Rohit gets a little bit off the hook, just a little bit. Switch to the scorecard of the RCB RR game, wherein and go to the RR innings. The one difference between Butler's knock here, the 100 which he got in 58 balls, vis-a-vis the knock that Rohit plays today, is that he had one good supporting knock in a Sanju Samson. That one good knock was enough to ensure that even though the others didn't really make much of a big contribution, you got home comfortably.
At a better strike rate.
Strike rate, chalo, let's leave aside. I'm looking purely at, again, because in a chase, I don't think strike rate is that important. I don't. In a chase, you get home however you have to, because you can pick and choose. Even if, see, Butler and Sanju were playing a decent strike rate, so was Hetmeyer. Everyone else was so and so. But that's okay, because it's a chase. In today's case, where the only differences between, say, the Rajasthan Royals chase vis-a-vis MI's chase is that Rohit needed one other person to kind of stand along with it.
He didn't get
that.
Well, same for Virat Kohli. He got nobody to stand.
Oh, I agree.
My comparison was that. The comparison is exactly that. That at one, see, you got to have the same standard. So one, you can say that, listen, on that day also, yes, Virat got those many runs, but it was below par because, listen, nobody else was standing up.
Yeah.
What was he supposed to do, right? So he batted at that strike rate. Too bad it was below par, but if you really needed a above par total, then Mr. Maxwell, Faf, everyone had to stand up. They didn't stand up, they let him down, and so if you had that narrative for that game, then I would say that it's fair today also. But you said that it's only not going to be Rohit, no? The one who actually lost them the game was Hardik Pandya.
Yeah.
If you said it in a similar way. But my only issue was, at that day, you did not give Virat Kohli the leeway of saying that, listen, no, if he is there, others are not firing, they are living on a prayer, he should know it and he should finish it. If that. So you didn't allow him the luxury of, batting at 156 strike rate, and he should have got 15 runs more. You didn't allow him that luxury. But you're okay that RCB could not get 15 runs more, which they needed to because of Virat Kohli. But you're okay that Mumbai Indians fell 20 runs short, which they should have got 20 more. But that's okay if Rohit batted.
It's different strokes.
It's not.
Different strokes. Because with RCB,
different strokes for different folks.
I always maintained that with RCB, their major problem is, see, you can talk about Kohli strike rate all you like, but I remember also mentioning in one of the shows that if you had others batting at a decent clip and even getting decent contributions, I'm not asking for Faf to get, say, the same number of runs.
The 25s and 30s.
The 30s and 40s, and the same with the Maxwell. Last season, that is what actually kept RCB very close. Yes, they had more or less the same flawed team, but one of the reasons they stayed, I think they finished, 6th or something?
Fifth.
There we go. So that close they were. Why? Because their other batters were contributing at a decent clip. In that sense, it then made perfect sense for Virat to be playing the way he did. Now no one is, and that unfortunately is falling under the spotlight even more because it's Virat Kohli.
Exactly, but then that's what I'm saying, we need to have the same standards.
But then different strokes now, but then have the same standards.
As in, I didn't understand.
Different strokes. There are different strokes for different folks, but then how can we have the same standard then?
No, it should
The
not be
team
different
situation
strokes for
is
different
problem.
folks. That's
The
exactly
team
what I'm saying.
situation is a problem. And the circumstances there are different.
Exactly my point. But that's what I'm trying to say. Today you just said the team situation was such that it's not only Rohit, everyone else should have stepped up.
Yeah.
But you didn't extend that courtesy to Virat Kohli.
I can't, because in the Mumbai Indians, the class and pedigree is far more than an RCB lineup.
But that should not be Virat's problem.
It is Virat's problem.
No, it's not. That's the most unfair thing I've said.
The smoke screen that always Virat gets away with, he's saddled with a weak batting lineup.
I can't.
Why?
I can't. No. I'm not saying you are giving that excuse. You just gave that excuse. You're saying smoke screen. What does smoke screen, if I understand English, that it's a false kind of a narrative,
Yes.
right? But you gave that false narrative.
I didn't give that false narrative.
You just now said that in Virat's case, nobody else scores.
Yes, which is true. It's not a smoke screen.
Boy, so you just said that there's a smoke screen in RCB's case that nobody fires. Now you say it's true.
Now it is true in that sense, but that is used as a smoke screen. It's used. That is a problem. It is. That is the way. See, that's how Virat can get away with it.
English or what? Is it firstly, is it a smoke screen or is it not a smoke screen? I'm a bit confused. What is it?
Okay, we all
No,
agree.
just
No, no,
for
we
my
all
own
agree.
understanding.
We all agree that the
For my-
RCB batters are not contributing.
For my own understanding, I'm asking you for my own understanding. What is it a smoke screen or is it not a smoke screen?
So let me tell you that. So what did we first state? The batters aren't contributing in RCB.
You and me are stating different
Okay.
things. So what did you
RCB's
say?
batters are not contributing. It's a fact.
Aside from a Virat, that is. In terms
Aside
of
from
runs.
that, that's a fact. But that same fact is used as a smokescreen to justify Virat.
I never said that. You're not getting. I said forget everything else. When I started an argument, you were the ones who were talking about the periphery. I'm saying forget everything. Forget if a batsman is taking advantage of a smoke screen or not a smoke screen, because I even actually have lost now that chain of thought because I don't know whether you're saying there's a smoke screen or not. I'm saying forget everything else in the world.
Right.
My simple logic is RCB were 15, 20 runs short that day, right? Today, Mumbai are 20 runs short. Okay? For a top level batter in Virat Kohli, if you fall short 20 runs and you've paid 50% of the delivery, they will, I'm sorry, but the buck will stop with you.
Right.
Similarly, if Rohit Sharma has faced 50% of the deliveries and his team has fallen 50 or 20 runs short, the buck will stop with him. Similarly, as am explaining, if it was a Joss Butler and if Rajasthan Royals team fell like this, then and if he's batted half the thing and he fell 20 runs short, the buck would stop with him if he goes not out at the end. I'd be like, boss, you're Joss Butler, right? Either finish the thing. If you bought it 50%, that's what you get the big bucks for. That's why the reputation comes with him. If you got out early, then that's another thing, right? That's another thing. Similar, it would have been for any top level, as I said, Nicholas Pooran, if he came out and batted at number 3. Everyone. My thing of Rohit Sharma is, I agree that when you get into an argument, I don't think he's the only person responsible. I'm not saying that. Why I'm saying that, just as I thought the other day, Virat Kohli was not the sole person responsible for his team's loss. There are various other reasons which I'm not getting into. But today, since we're talking about this game, to just be in Rohit Sharma's defense, I think the over that really lost them the game was that 15th over, Shardul Thakur giving away 2 runs.
And the 20th over.
And I think Hardik Pandya coming at, forget the 20th over. You're talking 20th over when they were batting.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. I'm saying, okay, whatever the total. It couldn't have been 20, 19th, 18th, wherever. End of the day, you got 207, which in Wankhede, is like a par total. Maybe 5-7 runs. Can be changed. So done. You were sitting here mid-innings, you said, no, Mumbai is going to win. Right, you said Mumbai is going to win. So forget the 20th over. I'm saying one bad over here or there, anyone. So now you got 207. You were well on course to chase that. I think Rohit Sharma was cruising at that time, looking like he'll chase it down. It did not happen at the end, and he's remained not out, which is why the blame. Yes, if you get into nitty-gritties, just as I got into the nitty-gritties of Virat Kohli, I'll get into nitty-gritties. There are various other reasons. As I said, Hardik Pandya coming at that position, playing out that over, you lost momentum. And the other thing, I think where they lost, was a collective failure of Mumbai Indians. Till 12th over, Rohit Sharma was close to 180 strike rate. He was 70 something of 43 deliveries. Till the next 4 overs, that is the 16th over, which is 24 balls, Rohit Sharma only played 8 balls. Out of 24, if he's the non-striker, he played only 8 balls, which anyways a problem. But the fact that he was man in form, it's even a bigger problem. Instead of him facing 8, it should have ideally been, if I'm the Mumbai Indians camp, that the non-striker, whoever he is, they should have faced 8 out of those 24, and the man in form should have faced majority, of the deliveries at that time, right? So they should have faced about 16 odd deliveries, but it was the other way around. Why? Because whoever came out to bat at that time, whether it was a Tim David, a Hardik Pandya, and later Romario Shepherd, they backed themselves that we will do it without realizing what a Hardik Pandya should have done. That listen, I have just walked in.
Let me take a
He is
single.
let me take a single. He's the man. They made mistakes. I'm not saying that. But my only thing is that if everyone went after Virat Kohli on that day, just as I've given you various reasons for Mumbai, and Rohit is not the only reason, various reasons for it. Similarly, there were reasons for RCB game as well. But we kind of ignored everything and all fingers just pointed at him, which we are not doing today. Either our approach that day was wrong, right? Or our approach today is wrong. It cannot be both, right? So either I would have liked that if you I think the smarter way to do is to be a more nuanced debate, as we are discussing this, that okay, Rohit should have gotten runs, but the problem was also Hardik, the problem was also they did not give them strike, problem was another thing was the form that Patirana showed, various things, nuanced. And I think even on the RCB day, there could have been a nuanced debate as to say that it wasn't just him, and there are plenty of reasons why RCB had lost, but somehow the blame got pinned there. And I'm happy that we've discussed it like that, because I have a feeling that maybe the blame will also get pinned on one man in this game, which is why I started the discussion by asking you guys what is going to be the trend tomorrow morning.
So it's already the trend, not even tomorrow.
Exactly, which is what he showed. That's the trend. Anyway, since we were on the subject of Hardik Pandya, that particular thing, what does everyone make of it? Because that's another trend.
His brain is fried as far as I think captaincy is concerned, and I don't say this in a bad way, but I think the criticism's gotten to him.
How is that a good way?
No, because it is. It's a simple fact that he's making one wrong call after another. I mean, I didn't understand some of his calls whilst the team was fielding. Even less so, didn't understand his calls for today. Was he? I think, and see, this is where conjecture comes in. This is where, let's say, I always say that contrary to popular belief, every single one of these cricketers listens to the outside noise. This is a facade.
Yeah.
Why? Because Hardik would have been hearing from everyone, strike rate. Your strike rate is not good enough. Your strike rate is not good enough. What did he try and do? Come and tonk a Shardul for no good reason when you've got a Rohit at the other side who's hitting the ball like a dream.
Can I give you the biggest example that is listening to the outside noise?
Please.
Bigger than that.
Please.
Which you saw in today's game. The biggest example, and you could now, it won't be even conjecture, 100% that he is listening to the outside noise is the fact that he bowled today.
Yeah.
Last
you know
over.
why? You know why? Not last. The fact that he bowled 3 overs.
Bowled it all.
I'll tell you why. Because if you were reading outside noise, there was a narrative that went around that he's hiding an injury.
Yes.
Yeah, Simon Dole.
Okay, he is hiding an injury, and that got reported everywhere. It got reported to an extent that murmurs and social media, even mainstream media,
Kind of picked up on it.
yes, exactly, right. There was this sort of debate going whether that is true. Now, there was no other reason for him to have bowled today, because previously he had said it was an injury, it was tactical. And I think there was no tactical reason for him to be bowling, because what they did is actually under-bowled their better bowlers today. There was no tactical reason per se that he really needed to bowl. I mean, Nabi was bowling like a dream. I'm not saying bowl him towards the death. He could have been finished off earlier. And he was even bowling to the right-handers like a dream, right? Even Shreyas Gopal, and he was outstanding in the previous game, gets only 1 over today. You could have clearly bowled Madhwal. So there was no tactical reason is what I'm saying. So what does that tell me? Now it's no more a conjecture. He gave another reason, but when this happened, it short told me that he wants to send a message across. Guys, whatever you're listening is outside noise. I am not hiding an injury. See, I can.
Even then, better sense or wisdom should have prevailed, I'm saying. Because again, after the 2 overs, knowing that there's a last over to be bowled, you can't, let's say, go to a spinner because you realize, okay, there's a Shivam Dubey and we're not going to have Shreyas Gopal bowl. But I'm saying if there is an Akash Madhwal who has been getting those Yorkers, right? Yes, it's been a miss sort of a day for him. But even then, knowing that, he's got a better Yorker than I do, I will still turn to that man. Yes, if I wanted to challenge the narrative or beat the narrative, okay, I've bowled 2 overs, I picked up wickets as well, and I'll stop right there.
You would, right? But why did Hardik not? What did Shane say in his first line when I asked him about Hardik?
He's listening to everything.
He is.
No. What was the first line? Which he says, I'm saying it in good sense.
What was it?
Even I've forgotten.
His brain is fried.
It had to happen.
Now there's actually a proper...
Is your brain fried?
When I see all of this, yes, of course.
No, that's why you could come up with this.
No, but
it's fried.
It is.
Would you have been able
you now even when he was at the presser right now, just about a couple of moments back, it's not adding up. The facial expressions, everything. It's not adding up. And while I remember saying here after the first couple of matches that I didn't think that the pressure was getting on to him, but 6 games now into the tournament for Mumbai, and you've seen error after error after error. There is only so much slack you can cut or try to look at the silver lining, but there isn't one right now.
The biggest example of his brain being fried. When the hell has he ever bowled in the death in the past 5 years?
Yeah.
He has it.
When has he bowled in the death? The death. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you trying to give Dhoni 3 sixes? Because that's the only good reason I can think of, that your brotherly love stretched that far. Ki, Arey, Dhoni, my bade bhaiya, it's okay to lose to Dhoni. I'll bowl to him. What? Really?
26 runs by the end of the day.
It just made no sense. And I'm like, why is the hell is Hardik bowling the final? I thought, okay, at best Madwal, because again, Madwal, he tends to be skiddy, which means he can be a little hard to get away. And more importantly, in the last year, was their main death bowler in the absence of Jasprit Bumrah. Yeah, okay, granted he had a bit of a hit and miss match today, but we've seen other bowlers, Avesh, Harshal,
Have an off day.
They've had off days, but that is their role. I mean, just because I'm having a bad day, does that mean I come to sports today and I'm like, hey, I'm not going to make videos today. You know what I'm going to do? I'll cut videos. Or I'll start writing articles. That's not how it works, right? You're here, you're designated a role and you are going to be fulfilling that role. Whether you have a good day or a bad day is a whole different debate, but your role is just that. And what is Hardik Pandya's role predominantly been with the ball over the past 2-3 years? He'll bowl you a couple in the power play, maybe one in the middle if he's having a really great day, and that's the extent of it. Today he bowled you 2 in the middle and 1 in the death. Everything has gone wrong. Everything has gone wrong.
This IPL is the slow mental disintegration of Hardik Pandya.
No,
He's come in
Did he
phases.
get booed today as well?
Yes,
yes,
he got
he
it.
did.
Then you
Yes,
know who the
he did.
villain is, the crowd, and Siddharth would say.
No, please don't.
No, we're not going there.
No.
We're not going.
I
Siddharth, no,
have-
you didn't hear
I
that.
have nothing
My friend,
more
you
to
didn't
say.
hear that. Nah, yeah, please don't.
I have nothing more
Please
to
don't.
say because as Hardik Pandya is putting on a facade of
You two, please do that.
I can't do that.
No, my point is that whatever it is.
See, the crowd is the pantomime villain. Apart from that, there is nothing
See,
more
you
that
triggered
triggered
him.
him.
But
I was only praying for one thing: let Dhoni not come and Hardik is bowling. Because if he goes after Hardik, then the crowd will have gotten there.
Do you know what would have started playing in Dhoni's head when he saw Hardik bowling the final over? Bole Jo Koyal.
Yes.
Because he could have been cruising along on an electric bike and still
I
stand
am
to put
pretty
three
sure-
what
sixes.
does that song got to do with that?
It's just everything, people just related to Dhoni at this point.
Yeah.
It's a very funny story. It's just something that people put on a video of him dancing, and then the meme became so popular, it reached the point of being an ad.
Yeah.
The wonders
So
of
when
social
Dhoni
media
was walking
created.
out to bat, he would be like, I'm going to hate this, but I'm going to make his life miserable. I know that.
No, but the crowd is not to be blamed. See, crowd will boo you. It's like you were saying that you can't handle it. Then the player has to, a sportsman has to find ways.
But now it will only compound for Hardik, no? Because see, those who will look at it the other way, okay, or let's say if you manage to somehow look at this game past a Rohit Sharma knock or compare it with Virat's knock the other day, then people could be analyzing or dissecting this game, could also say, okay, it was that last over where we lost the match, because then the asking rate would have been less. Then Rohit probably wouldn't have given up. Maybe Mumbai Indians had more. Maybe a Hardik or a Tim David wouldn't have given the wicket away like that.
I have a big question on that, and you help me answer that since he's talking about Tim David. Was Mumbai Indian contemplating a retired out for Hardik Pandya?
110%. 110%. Because
There
a
was
time
movement in the
where-
crowd. Yes.
Yeah,
There
because-
was more than movement, my friend. David had crossed the boundary
Yeah.
line
Yes.
before he had to be hauled back by, of all people, Mark
Yeah,
Boucher.
Yeah.
I want to know. So I know what happened, and I don't know, which is why I'm discussing here, because each of us was watching the game in separate places, so I don't know what everyone thought. At that moment, there is a situation, 15.3
15th over,
overs,
yeah.
and Tim David comes in, and Boucher and
I think Pollard.
gesticulating to the fourth official about something. Tim David comes in. Tim David is then called back. Now Tim David is not wearing a helmet at that time. Then I saw that footage again and again and realized that they were asking for a timeout at that time.
Yes,
15.3. It would have happened after the 16th, but they were asking at 15.
No, they can ask at 15.3 also.
Correct.
Because 16th is the
Last.
Correct. So 15.3 they were
13
asking.
to 16 is the window.
And was that's what I'm saying. What was the need of that 15.3 timeout? Was it to maybe let the captain know that, listen, if you do not connect, we're going to have that?
Yeah.
Did you get the feeling? Because I did at one point.
I did.
First I thought that this is not happening, but then I saw that footage again and again. were, because, by the way, why I thought, because this is the same management of Mark Boucher who actually thought that, they're ruthless, because they said, Rohit Sharma, they're not doing very well. Out you go. Hardik Pandya, you come. If they can be ruthless in that situation, surely they could have been ruthless in this present game situation and told the current captain, listen, today it's not your day, not working out. David's the guy who can do it. Out you come.
Quite possible.
Quite possible, yeah.
Again, if I looked at it and I remember watching that and I'm like, I was watching it in a place where the volume wasn't very high. I'm like, he's going out padded up and coming back. And see, the timeout exists for two reasons. The first timeout is the bowling timeout, right? The second is the batting timeout. And the timeout, the bracket of time you're given is over 6 to 9 for the bowling side and 13 to 16 for the batting side. So any of those times, you don't even have to wait till the 16. It's because it's mandatory and most teams will not take it, that it comes in the 16th as a default. But again, as someone who has watched maybe a little bit of American sports here or there, where timeouts are common, particularly say the NBA where timeouts are allowed, basketball, it's a very common tactic to see teams disrupt the game.
But that is to break the rhythm of the opposition.
That was also happening, but they also wanted to break their own bad form. Sometimes that happens. If a team is, say, shooting from the 3-point range and you see nothing is going right, the coach wants to bark a few things directly to the players rather than scream it out and be heard by the TV cams, he'll call a timeout. They break the bad momentum also. It's
so
not
it
just
was only to bark at the team and not really do a batting.
That was one. But the fact that David is charging out there with his pads on and his bat.
Because why I thought that in case it was just about instructions, then I don't think they needed a David
padded guy to go and do that.
So they'd send a drinks boy.
Or if Boucher really wanted to do something, he didn't really need to involve a David to do it. Boucher and Pollard could have done that. The fact that David was ready, he was warming up, doing those exercises. I had a feeling, wouldn't that have been a sight? You're telling the captain, boy.
You're redefining everything.
Was that something they were thinking? Or?
They would have definitely thought out. Because today Hardik is responsible for 2 momentum shifts that cost his team very dearly. 20th over that he bowled, which he's not bowled ever since 2016, by the way.
On the
World T20, he was bowling somewhere around the death. Yes, exactly. That was the time, okay? There also, he conceded.
He got clattered for 2 sixes.
2 fours.
2 boundaries.
And it needed Mushfiqur to commit Haragiri, okay? Ever since then, he's not bowled that much, either because of a combination of injuries or because he didn't want to get his body back into full fitness.
Who was the captain in 2016?
Virat. No, it was MS.
Dhoni.
MS.
Exactly.
MS was the captain.
It was Rahim and Mehmudullah who committed Haragiri.
So that was the thing, okay? And today, 2 of 6 made Shardul Thakur look as impressive as anybody has been in the sets. More than Patirana, the guy who changed the momentum was Shardul that over.
The last team to make Shardul Thakur look this impressive in the IPL were Royal Challengers Bangalore last season, when he got like a couple of wickets ahead of
75 and I think 3 wickets.
50, not 75, 50 odd. And then after that, he got a couple of wickets, the spinners chipped in.
Suyash, that was the making of Suyash in that sense. So that's why it's a bad game for Hardik Pandya, and he's not been honest with himself.
Listen, honestly. He needs to, if he has to be honest with himself, first thing he needs to do is get rid of this idea of I need to make everyone love me. Tell them to go to hell.
Which anyway has
it's
not
happening, boss. It's not happening.
He needs to bring that evil streak away.
Exactly.
Which really worked, that mean streak which really worked for GT.
Yes.
Because he was no nonsense captain. He needs to be that.
I still
I wasn't thinking about it until, let's say, now, or until I saw these visuals today. But could Mumbai be ruthless enough to change the captain mid-season? It is now beginning to creep in.
Manoj Tiwari.
Because Manoj Tiwari said it, and for some reason Viru was like, hold it. I know you want to say it, but hold it. I remember that, but that was also, 15 days back from now.
I don't think
15 days back from now, it's the same story playing out over again. Right now, because see, if what gives me an indication why I'm beginning to then think about it, why does the thought creep in, is because I'm just thinking of the amount of pandemonium it would have caused had a reigning captain, an incumbent captain been, retired out and a decision gets taken in the dugout. Imagine how disgruntled he would be and what cinema this would have been for all of us.
It would have been cinema.
It would have been
Broken hell loose had he been taken out like that. And who knows if he would have then thrown a fit and said, okay, I'm not taking this captaincy anymore.
No, you won't have.
But whatever.
We are all saying
whatever.
Mumbai
I'm
Indians,
just saying
Mumbai
he could have reacted in
happen.
any way.
No, won't happen.
It can happen.
This is Mumbai Indians, not Red Bull Racing Formula 1 team. Okay?
See, it did happen with the CSK.
But some of these are.
But CSK were floundering. And I say floundering. Am I right now are still in with a shot? CSK have...
Two wins out of 6. And CSK were also in a similar situation.
No, but 2 wins out of 6 with 8 games still to go. I'm sorry, this is right up MI's alley. It is. I don't think they're out of contention.
See, because the fans are not going to make Hardik Pandya's case any easier now, okay?
Whatever going happen?
It did happen. It did happen, okay? So whatever happens, it's not going to be made easy. Today, his decision making went absolutely haywire. His batting is not there.
Not just today, Sadaf. Why I'm saying this is because it's happening progressively now. It's not something that's ceasing.
It is
it's
a case study of...
Look at last game, for example. Their first 4 overs, there were 4 new bowlers for every over. What do you do otherwise? There's only 2 bowlers, and then of course they change, and the last 2 you get a 3rd bowler in. Last time around you had a Madhwal bowl the 4th over, Hardik bowled, then there was Jasprit Bumrah who bowled 1 over, then there was Mohammad Nabi who bowled the 1st over. What is happening? Then Hardik Pandya comes and bowls at the death when there is an Akash Madhwal.
Listen, Hardik Pandya, as I keep saying, I don't think he's become a bad captain overnight. But he's clearly being affected by the noise. And again, I'm waiting for that Hardik Pandya, who was once caught on camera asking someone, 2 over pehle pani manga tha, 2 over pehle pani manga tha, and then said some bleep words which I cannot say on the show for very obvious reasons. I'm waiting for that Hardik Pandya. You know why? Because
that Hardik Pandya will do well.
Yes, because that Hardik Pandya gave no... he did. And that worked wonders for them. And you know why? What he's trying here, and I don't think it's entire...
Yeah, Shami also.
No, Shami. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. If he could give it off to Shami, if he could tell Nehraji to stick his thoughts in some place where the sun don't shine. Listen, there's a good captain there and there's a ruthless captain there. He's just trying to be too goody two shoes. Too goody two shoes.
This for sure.
You need to go back to ruthless Hardik Pandya. If people are booing
it's
you,
not
let
I've seen him be this passionate to take care this season.
They're winning, they're cruising. I don't care.
It's not happening.
No, but they have to. See, okay, I'll put in.
Listen this outside noise. This noise.
Yeah, Hardik should listen.
He should,
to this
please. Hardik, if
But
you're
this is
hearing
not
this-
noise.
But it's not noise. It's actually what would help him. See, I'll give you another example, and I know this is wholly different, let's say, context, but it does help. We've all heard of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah. The guy is now an entertainment megastar. I mean, he basically, in every single movie, plays himself, and all of those movies are box office hits. But when he first made his first steps into the world of entertainment, and I'm not even talking movies, I'm talking pro wrestling, this guy was mercilessly booed like crazy.
Yes.
Do you know why? Because people thought he was phony. He would go, he'd smile all the time.
Yeah.
He'd be showing his teeth. No one cared about that. When did people start caring about him? When he embraced that and then turned it around. Now, obviously, this is not the scripted world of pro wrestling, but Hardik needs to stop caring about what people think about him. He needs to say, listen, I have been brought to this franchise or brought back to this franchise because they believe that I can be the person who turns things around. Right now, I don't know what is happening. I don't know if it's a PR pressure that's coming from the top management saying, listen, damage control, it's clearly not going well. We need you to go out there and try and win back the love of people. You know what's going to win back the love of people? When you prove you're your own captain. When you prove that you can take MI forward. Because then fans will have no choice but to accept you. They may do so begrudgingly. But how do you argue against a captain who's won the IPL?
So far, it's not had a good start.
Oh, it's had a terrible start. There's no
Terrible
question about
start,
it.
and I think, see, that's where, in the case of Hardik Pandya, I don't think people will be accepting. Because, see, he's replaced a megastar, as you say. In this IPL franchise called the Mumbai Indians, they have replaced a guy who made Mumbai Indians the Mumbai Indians. 7 years, 5 titles.
Correct.
3 years, Mumbai Indians didn't win, and management might have been forced, okay, let's do it in 2024 itself. Because all of us were debating prior to IPL 2024 that yes, maybe it's a wise decision to make it in 2025 because the mega auction's happening. You need a new team. Give Rohit 1 more year. But the way how this was taken, it riled off a lot of people. Now, who is the soft target? They are going after management, but management knows how to shut the outside noise. Hardik is the soft target. And whatever he may try, he'll get panned if he does. He will get panned if he doesn't.
That's my point. You need to stop caring about what people are thinking and do what's right for the team. He's not doing it.
It's The focus isn't there.
Exactly. The focus is on, let me try and turn this disaster around. Boss, you're going to turn this disaster around when you start winning games.
It's not happening.
Okay.
Because that facade he's putting on, it's hurting him, and also because the outside noise will not stop.
Okay, plenty to talk about this game. Let's turn our attention to a few other things. We also have to talk about Chennai Super Kings and how well they did. No, Shivam, we don't need it. I'll let you know when we have to. Two things. One, we've discussed about Rohit Sharma's innings, but I thought one other aspect that really, stood out today was, and I think because you're talking about Hardik Pandya's captaincy, the only one upside to Rohit not being captain for Mumbai Indians has been the fact that he has been sent to the boundary to field. Why I say that's an upside? Because at least that has given us a glimpse into his fitness levels. Because for the longest time he would get panned for it. But I must say I'm mighty impressed with Rohit Sharma, the outfielder. The Rohit Sharma who's diving, the Rohit Sharma who's running around, the Rohit Sharma who is making ones into twos while running today. Well, it's allowed me, it wouldn't have otherwise happened, because if he was captain he would only be in the infield, and a lot of time people take a look at the profile of a person and then pass judgment about his fitness. So without looking at the profile, with actual fitness evidence and running between the evidence, the one good thing is that, because quite recently he said that he's looking forward to playing another 50 over World Cup. So I mean, quite honestly, with the kind of perception you had about his fitness, that's in a way, being shattered. In a way, he's telling you that he may not look like a chiseled-faced, superstar on the field with running around and all that, but he's fit enough to be playing white ball cricket. I don't know about T20
In this
cricket,
brutal heat, that too.
yeah, so that's one upside of him not captaining, otherwise we wouldn't have seen that. The other positive to have come out of this game is favorite on Sports Today. We talk about him very often and we've given him a name of our own. Dube was the star. 66 of just 38 deliveries. I know Ruturaj Gaikwad also had a very good innings.
Finally.
And by the way, I'm sure all of you would have been like, so at least I was, when he came out to bat in number 3, what is he thinking?
Yeah.
But guess what? Nothing succeeds like success. And it's worked out for him. But Dube for T20 World Cup, that will be the one other trend that might
A lot of people are already asking, unfortunately, again, where do you put him?
No, your squad.
Not play us. Even for squad is very tight.
15 you're looking at, has to be one backup wicketkeeper, one backup pacer,
Assuming,
one wrist spinner who will not be in the 11 but be in the squad.
Assuming all people are going to be selected, so you'll have 3 openers. Okay, so you're done with, let's say, Rohit, Yashasvi,
Shubman Gill.
3 openers, 2 wicket keepers, whoever that may be. Let's say Sanju.
That's 5.
Hypothetically, 5. Virat Kohli 6.
Surya
7.
Hardik 8.
Hardik 8.
Bumrah.
No, one by Hardik 8. Then
Rinku
9. Rinku 9.
You would want to.
Okay. Yeah. Of course. Rinku 9. Then you pick your 3 spinners. So Jadeja 10. Kuldeep 11. One more spinner, Akshar / Bishnoi. So how many done? 12 done. Now 3 fast bowlers.
Yeah.
That's your 15.
Bumrah, Avesh, Siraj.
Whoever.
Those are in the
Done.
11.
In fact, one spinner also may not go, and then you put another fast bowler.
A backup extra
Fast
fast
bowler.
bowler, a backup pacer you'll need.
You're
Because
right.
3 on some
How do you
days you'll
fit
have
in
to
Dube?
be.
Now, just we've done a quick math. I mean, Dube is in form, has been in form now for good 2-3 IPLs. In fact, from Rajasthan only started showing those glimpses, was whacking it.
2022 onwards.
Yeah, and then since he's come to Chennai, it has become a different beast
Transformed.
altogether. By the way, do check out my Twitter. It said the day he got picked by Chennai. That now under Dhoni you see Dube.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's doing well, but we can't put him in the 15.
There is one way, but that would require you to drop one of your openers.
So let's say Yashasvi is, for example.
Suppose one of Yashasvi or Gill goes out, then what happens?
How will Gill go out?
No, I'm just saying. For example,
Don't.
hypothetically, chalo, Yashasvi's gone out because of recent poor form. Then what happens is you have another option in the backup opener in the Virat. Then you can have Dube in the squad. But only
then also you may need 3 spinners and 4 fast bowlers. If you fit them in, you still don't have.
Correct. That's the thing.
Then Then to Surya maybe.
Surya? Just
You might as well not go for the World Cup only.
bottle to so
No, the bat looks much better, please.
That's this man.
Arey! He's behaving as if he plays for his
I'm
franchise firstly.
so happy he doesn't have a mic.
2 silver ducks, but he's a goat in T20s.
Yeah.
Arey, certified goat, yaar.
This is not the ODI World Cup. Then let's not mix formats here.
It's the same as Shane and I were talking about how, India, we were just hypothetically talking about how India can progress in the World T20.
Like this, you will say if Hardik doesn't score 2 more games, no Hardik.
People are saying that,
Surya is not a big man. Hardik is a big man.
Hardik is not really.
No,
He's
Keep his finger
won
down.
He's
not making
See,
sense.
Hardik has not won you
He's not
games
making
since
sense.
2016. I'm
See,
sorry
the
about that.
one time he came very
No,
close.
I didn't mean to start a debate about Hardik. I
I
just
think
gave
that's
an
been
example.
done to death.
Match winner, yeah, as far as
I
that is
just
concerned.
gave it as
On
an example.
Sky, were it not for him in last year's T20 World Cup, he probably wouldn't have even reached the semis. Sad reality, he wouldn't have reached the semis.
Acha, now Shivam, because I really need to see what the crowd and subscribers are saying. Because otherwise Shivam will say don't take Sky for T20. Oh, I love Cornflakes is back after a
Yeah.
long time. And because I told you that day first time he sent us a chat, I actually ordered Cornflakes next day.
you did?
Because it had been a long time and I said that I will.
Lucky.
I'll get a picture to. What do you mean lucky? So you're saying as if I had some caviar or something.
Yeah.
Conflict.
You can also have cornflakes.
Can
I
have
don't
some
like
right now in 10 minutes.
I don't like conflicts.
I was about to say, I wish we had a subscriber or family member named Adam Mutton Biryani.
Exactly, like something exotic.
I
You're
know.
saying lucky. You can have cornflakes. He can
I
have.
don't like conflicts.
That's another thing.
Then say that, na?
Yeah.
Okay. What is I love cornflakes saying?
It's funny how getting out for a duck is safer than a ton in a loss. I mean, he makes a good point.
It is.
Because Surya is not part of the debate.
Actually, no. Because see, again, I know because of the status that comes along with certain superstar cricketers, and I think it's just comes with the territory. You're a big guy, and you will be, and it's not just in cricket, by the way. Every sport, if a team loses, then if a football team is either Ronaldo's fault or Messi's fault only. That's it, because they expected to score goals every game.
Score goals, get assists, do goalkeeping.
Argentina was not winning a World Cup every
Messi's
time
fault.
if Messi was.
Portugal doesn't win international tournaments, it's Ronaldo's fault.
Exactly. So same thing. It comes with the territory, but you also get so much love and that stature of being the greatest. Same with Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, everyone else. What happened earlier with Sachin Tendulkar.
Yeah.
It will continue to happen.
Always happens. Yes.
Mahesh,
By the way, would Arsenal also be trending at the moment?
what happened to them?
They lost 2-0. Like
So,
bottling it
Liverpool-
again.
Liverpool and
Yeah,
Arsenal
they're
both-
bottling it again.
I told you, I don't know why you wanted or hoped that they'd win. No chance.
I will never hope that Arsenal win.
He was.
God, no.
Just because he didn't want City to win the title. So it's like us.
Nor did I want
Yeah,
Liverpool
today
to
we
win.
really gave our good friend Viren Pratap a good pep up, isn't it?
I
I mean,
that's a bit of an understatement.
yeah, I mean, he was so down. Poor guy.
Okay, Sarah's question.
Let's just call him Mahesh. I think that's his real
Okay,
name.
Mahesh, okay.
Indian fast bowling
let's
quality.
Call Mahesh
Yeah.
says that Indian fast bowling quality is so low in IPL. I wholeheartedly disagree. Thanks to IPL, you're getting a lot of good young players. You're not expecting them to be world beaters in a year. Take some time. Even
No, but overall fast bowling quality, there's Jasprit Bumrah, my friend, who's bowling rather well.
Mayank Yadav,
Mayank Yadav, yes.
I'll go to my own franchise.
Harshit Rana,
Vaibhav Arora.
Vaibhav Arora.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah,
players.
but even if you're looking at the T20 World Cup, I think the one really out of form is Siraj.
Yeah.
But I think he'll
Terribly
still
so.
take it.
Avesh is making a comeback of sorts.
Even Arshdeep, hit or miss at times.
Arshdeep hit or miss.
Arshdeep's been more miss than hit.
Since
this
the
year.
time you started bowling the man in the power play, his form's just gone haywire.
But today, for example, like we were discussing the South African fast bowling lineup. I just look at that in comparison to that, the Indian fast bowling lineup does look inferior.
It is.
Coetzee, they've got
Rabada.
Borger, Rabada, All of them in form.
And you may have a Janssen.
You will have a Janssen.
Then you've got a Keshav Maharaj in the spinning bowling
Shamsi.
department. Shamsi.
Who tends to always do well for some reason and then disappear.
No, we're just talking about fast bowling.
Yeah.
Just fast bowling also, they're top notch.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no guarantee you can even fit in a Nokia. That's how good the bowling lineup is. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Rakesh Bhushan, if Hardik is our all-rounder in the World Cup, then God help us. Neither he is good in batting nor he is able to land his delivery in the right spot. At this point in time, yes, nothing's working for Hardik Pandya with the bat or with the ball.
No, but from an India standpoint, forget the IPL. At some point, no matter where Mumbai finish, you want Hardik's form to be getting back, because if Mumbai don't qualify, Hardik's form continues to be as patchy and inconsistent as it's been till now, then it's trouble for India. Then of course, and then you will be like, okay, drop him, take Shivam Dubey then. Because that's also one of the suggestions. Which
That is the only way. If Hardik
No,
is...
but
Dubey belly bowls.
Yeah, that's the
it
problem.
won't happen, guys. I know we get swayed by a few IPL games here and there, but I don't think that will.
We, the selectors, get swayed.
No, it won't happen. How are
The
you gonna
only,
pick up?
the only other replacement you have who comes even close is Shardul.
Shardul.
And God help you in T20s with Shardul Thakur.
Exactly.
No, but he's nowhere close
Exactly.
to being a batter as
Or the better bowler at this point.
Yeah. Praneet Datta, what's the point of 100 not out if it doesn't win you a match? Especially when you have eaten up more than half of the balls. Hope same is not repeated in T20 World Cup.
Agreed.
See,
Agreed.
that's what I
totally.
said. No, you didn't agree to that. You said Rohit was just fine today.
No. I said hope same is not repeated in a T20.
That part I agree.
That part I said no. Rohit and a Virat, both of them I said
No,
it's...
but why were you hoping it won't be repeat? Because according to you, everything was fine today. So if everything is fine, it can be repeated also.
If it's repeated, as I mentioned, Rohit and Virat coming back into the Indian cricket team is 10 steps back in the T20s. And we all agree now it's a total U-turn. All that was said for 2 years was fake.
Hari from the US.
Pandya's poor captaincy and his expensive last over cost them the match. Even Sunny G said that he bowled as if to spoon feed to MSD to hit those sixes.
Yeah, I mean,
Terrible
of course he was
lens,
not spoon feeding, but it did.
It's
Was
like-
they were in the slot.
It's like this
For
one
MSD.
meme which does the round a lot, wherein these guys who are wearing all RCB t-shirts are bowling to guys wearing RCB jerseys, and then they'll bowl a few decent balls and they can't hit. And then he'll throw up a dolly ball. He's like, "Arey ye to maar de," and he misses that also. So Hardik was bowling like that, like he's giving him dolly balls. The actual word I can't
Yell
use.
beep.
There are lots of memes of.
I'll find you that one. I'm sure it's there on my social media somewhere.
Praneet Datta. Should we seriously consider Dubey in place of Hardik? The whole booing thing has affected Hardik a lot. Can't be a finisher for India as he needs time.
I would agree if Dubey was bowling,
Yeah.
but he's not bowling. That's the thing. He's not bowling.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we, of course, did discuss the whole Boeing thing earlier in the show. If you're just joining us now. Manchester Rising from the US says Hardik Pandya lost MI the game by those
Three
bowling
sixes.
three sixes.
Bat and captaincy.
Bat and captaincy. Of course, we've
So
discussed that
3D
also.
performance.
3D. We discussed that at length. Shubham Garg says Rohit went from 78 to 88 in 10 balls. Those 10 balls came in from over 16 to 19, where run rate was 18. Sidvi for wicket 3 of 9. Rohit got 0 of 1.
As I said, he'll have to clutch on to straws only. He'll say, oh, but Rohit got out for a first ball duck. But then he wasn't even a factor then
No,
in
but
the RR
the
game.
point that he's making is right. No, like there are phases that everyone struggled in. They can't be. I mean, he's got data to prove that.
He's got data to prove that. But then the last point, Rohit got 0-1. Then he
No.
shouldn't have summed that up in that. That's where his data is flawed.
Forget that. But I'm okay. You answer the earlier bit.
Yeah, but then again, a different context there. Virat was setting the template here. Rohit knew that the situation was a lost cause.
All the more reason. You want a lost cause.
Of course it was.
No,
17.3, it was a lost cause.
no, but what? So you were there all along. In fact, if you heard commentary, as Kevin Peterson said, he said that since I've played on this ground so often, the ball really travels here at the Wankhede, and that equation when there were 3 overs remaining or whatever, said it's game on at this ground. he says even though we are at sea level, it feels like you're at an altitude kind of a place because because of the air, the ball just travels, shorter boundaries, everything. So it was game on.
I don't know. I mean, it was already a lost cause.
I think
Pathirana
you're
have been in
cherry-picking.
good form. Pathirana was in good form, and the level of bowling that he displayed for 2 games now against DC, he was fantastic. Now he's nailing it very accurately. He's not having those extras. Pathirana.
No, that I
anymore.
agree, but that's what I'm saying. So then there were again those are other factors. Then I get into
There
when
are
Virat was playing, the bowling was better. So I'm not getting
Which is
into
why
that. You're a
at
top
that
batter.
time-
You're up against a bowling attack. You got to.
So that is why at that time we had analyzed all that things, which is why we had given that kind of a treatment. Here there are separate set of factors, which is why we had to analyze Rohit in a different way,
But my point is, factors are there for both.
but in a different context.
Exactly my point. By end of the day, you got to see the result. Both fell short.
Both fell short,
Correct.
yes.
So both were playing on a. So both, while batting for the entire duration of 20 overs, took their team to a below par total.
Yeah.
Now there are, you can say bowling,
Yeah.
that Pathirana bowled, he'll say the Rajasthan bowling, you will say the other didn't step up. People will say RCB nobody stepped
And
up.
Shubham
Those are
Garg is
other
missing
things.
a vital point. He's trying to justify the unjustifiable. Why? Both lost. At the end of the day, your centuries are worthless.
Yes, but then that's what I'm saying. If it had been common, if both lost, then the criticism should have been
You
directed.
can't. In both the
equally.
cases, in the Rohit case, as always, it gets lost. In the very first thing we had stated, it was a lost cause. With Virat's case, he didn't set the template right.
Does not matter. Both fell 20 runs short. They were batting. They took their team 20 runs below par. They should have taken it to the par.
Yep. All right. Rakesh Bhushan. Sid says MSD got those sixes because it was HP, not Bumrah. The same Hardik gave only 2 runs in the 16th over and Mitchell played 3 deliveries and scored only 1 run. This is where Nikhil said MSD needs to play max deliveries.
At least more deliveries.
Ah.
Listen, of the 17 balls that or 14 balls that Daryl Mitchell played, if Dhoni got 5 of those.
Yeah.
Now, don't say anything about Daryl Mitchell. Is his
Exactly.
favorite thing.
Rakesh Bhushan yet again.
Daryl Mitchell can play run a ball and
Yeah.
he's the greatest T20 player.
Because he's
Virat
not in the
Kohli
right
gets
position.
at 160 strike rate and that's an issue.
He is not in the right position. Daryl Mitchell, as simple as that. Virat
He
is
has
batting in a
he
position
has
that
batted
suits
at
him.
every position.
He
Daryl
can't.
Mitchell is batted.
No, he's not. That is the problem. He's batted in all the positions which are wrong. In the CSK lineup, there is no point in keeping an Ajinkya Rahane now that you've got a Daryl
So you
Mitchell.
agree, no? There is no spot for him. Then he should not be in the 11.
He should be at number 4. That is
But
his
he's batted
lineup.
at number 4 also. He has batted in number 4
Okay,
this season.
how many games has he batted at number
But
4?
How many?
No, you have to give him a consistent run.
That is a different debate.
No. That is not a different debate
Of course it
altogether.
is. You want consistent run for him. You want this for him.
Of course. Then only the criticism or the praise will be fair. Otherwise, it's not.
No, otherwise, then for that logic, I didn't agree with a lot of the criticism that came the way of Mitch Stark. Because apparently, if you were bowling, you bought for 24.75 crores, then every single ball should be a 150 kmph searing yorker hitting the base of middle stump. But you take the licks. If he cost 14 crores and is scoring 100 and whatever runs at a strike rate of 125, underwhelming.
So far. But he's at least he's not had that horror run as a Ben Stokes had in CSK. Played 2 games, 16.25.
No, but there is merit. He is batting out of position.
He bats at 4-5.
Yeah,
even
everyone
for-
bats
even
at
for-
Not in all the games.
So then he doesn't need to be in that 11. Now वहाँ जगह ही नहीं है भाई.
4.
No,
So
you-
there's no
Then
spot there.
see, you can make a slot for him by saying drop
I will
Rahane
say that
whatever.
Dubey will
Yeah.
come at 4, yeah, in the form that he is. There's
Yeah.
no spot for
Which is
Darren
why I'm
Mitchell.
saying drop a Rahane. You don't need a Rahane when you have a Mitchell. You don't need him. Honestly.
But he's a foreign player vis-a-vis an Indian player. There's a difference.
You've got enough Indian players. In a Samir Rizvi, you have it. You will get Rizvi also to bat in the right position. In that sense. Pranit
Okay,
Datta-
Daryl Mitchell is the greatest thing since sliced bread to have happened to Chennai Super Kings. Pranit Datta,
My friend, you're too much.
take your name first.
Yeah. Said, my friend,
Say my
you're
name.
too
He
much
quietly,
love.
he said, my friend, so that he's talking about
Say
everyone.
about us.
Oh,
But in sarcasm, you're too much love with Kohli, I think.
No, I don't know from which Pranit. No.
not for
He doesn't
sarcasm.
love anyone except Daryl Mitchell.
No, that also no. That's also an unfair criticism.
he's
there.
sarcastic.
I know
There's
that.
sarcasm there. There is Ankit, who is a cousin of mine from Canada.
Kind of give that
He
away.
is giving lots of money. Yaar, you send me those dollars. Why are you giving?
UPI.
Yeah, I know.
You WhatsApp me the question.
Does this WhatsApp pay also?
So Ankit is my cousin from Canada, and he says that I was waiting for such a day. Acha, I have no issues that your panel criticizes Virat Kohli. He has no problem. But my respect for your analysis increased. Acha, for my
Yours.
till now he had no respect. Like zero. But today he has more respect because other panelists, no matter how good they are, they are hypocritical when it comes to Virat. Okay, they say all of you guys are extra critical of Virat Kohli, and he only has started respecting my analysis today.
No, he said it's increased. He didn't say it started. Increased means there was something
Acha, when it
there.
was like
and
So
then-
now it's gone to another level.
Ouch.
Ankit.
Well, first congratulate him. He's just become a daddy. Yeah.
Oh, congrats! Ankit.
congratulations.
Big news.
He's very recently. He has a 2-month-old daughter.
Daughter, oh,
Congrats,
lovely,
Ankit.
lovely.
Just also one thing, if you're asking me personally, my personal favorite actually, if I have to pick, has always been Kohli. So if I'm being hypercritical of him, it's because I expect more of him.
No, everyone here, listen, they all come and try to be as objective as possible.
Some of us wearing the jerseys of our teams while we do.
See how objective Siddharth is. That he's let go of his team only. And he says it's not even my team. It wasn't. See, that's how honest he is.
Always had reasons.
No, I'm honest. I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah.
That's honest.
I mean, I've had reasons for 12 years.
You mean he's not?
No?
Khush ho rahe?
I mean, for 12 years, I had.
So what happened? So 12 years you're in love with them.
4 years, I was in love with them. After 2012, it
12
ended.
years, the disassociation
So apparently
has
he
been
joined
for.
Sports Today in 2012, not 2022.
Acha. No, Daddy says we forced him.
That was a facade.
Oh.
Which he put himself.
Which all of you put me through. But yes,
I did not.
Of course
told
you
me you're a
guys did.
CSK
I do not
fan.
remember once putting a
Did I
gun
tell
to his
you?
head and being like, Siddharth
No,
supports
neither
You're
you.
a CSK
Neither
man.
did I.
it all started in 2012.
Acha, okay. Abhinav Chatterjee.
Said Rohit should have won the game like Sky did in the previous game. Also, I hope Dubey, who's in great form, is in the playing 11. I'm assuming he means for India. He's the man in form.
But he hardly bowls.
No, and the problem is you can't fit him in.
Yeah,
it's
you can't
very
fit him
hard.
in.
I know it's harsh.
That's what when I tried to draw a comparison. By the way, I love both Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. But why the comparison came? I said because of the stature these players have now. If they've batted through an innings, that team has no business losing. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, these are the batters that will ensure that their team wins.
Correct.
That's why they are the batters that they are.
Yep.
Today, it's not happened. I'm sure if you ask Rohit also, he's not going to rate this 100 very high.
He didn't celebrate. He didn't
Yeah.
celebrate.
Yeah,
his
Exactly,
result.
nothing.
exactly my point. Exactly my point. Manchester Rising.
Go down.
Shivam
Very,
said, no,
very-
you are
very-
not taking my comments today.
Very interesting name he gives considering I think, City is still doing fine. So,
Yeah. Manchester Rise. Okay.
City are doing okay.
But he's the Manchester Rising from US. There's a Manchester in the US too.
Interesting.
Yeah, there is.
Says Sid and his superlogic, crying laughter emoji.
Yeah.
Nikhil, don't take him too seriously. Crying laughter emoji.
Yes.
You have to give for emphasis. So they
I
can't
know.
see the comments.
Exactly.
So crying laughter emoji, and by the way, crying laughter emoji 1 year was actually voted the word of the year by Oxford. I don't remember which year it was, but it was 1 year I lost faith.
Emoji got voted
Yes,
as the word of the
this
year.
emoji got voted as the word of the year. It's a true
Which
story.
is not
Google
even
it.
a word.
Yeah, it's not even a
Not
word.
emoji
It's an
of the year, word of the year.
Word of the year. Please Google it, and I swear
must have been.
it happened.
Okay.
Funny things happen.
Yeah. Should
Funnier things
Hardik,
have happened.
Yeah.
should Hardik make it to India's World Cup 11? He asks. He's not a finisher. Bowls quite average. So Drinku/Dubey better off.
Okay, Manchester Rising for your next two. Ha ha ha. Seriously laughing emojis for this. Outlandish thoughts
But
here.
there's no serious laughing emoji.
I mean, whatever it is. Laughing emoji with crying. You are honestly saying that Hardik should, he's even contemplating that. He lends you the balance, whether you like it or not. He's not a finisher. Rinku Dubey, where does Dubey bowl? Where does Rinku bowl?
And Rinku has to be in your 11.
Exactly.
Rinku will be the finisher.
I know.
He has to be.
So, Manchester Rising, these two things, I can't take it seriously from you guys. So,
Karthik K says that Rohit faced only 6 out of 22 balls, by the way, from overs 13 to 17, which we did point out.
Pointed out.
Yeah, pointed out.
We did point out.
That was a...
Tilak got bulk of it.
Shivam has said, today I will not allow you to take
Yeah.
question. You did not take my Sky comment.
yeah.
I will.
Rakesh Bhushan, CSK decisions are mostly taken on field and not programmed in the dugout. Opposition can guess that Bumrah won't open. He will bowl in the 4th over, then between, then the death. MI decision should be more on ground, not in dugout.
Good point.
It's a very good point.
Because
And
see,
I
it's
think
one
this is
thing-
a serious issue. right
it's
now.
one thing to
It's
have
being run
plans.
from, yeah.
You have plans, but sometimes those plans need to be fluid and they need to be flexible. And who's going to make those plans fluid and flexible? The captain. Not the coach, or always the coach, the captain. Otherwise, then you may as well make this like football, no, where all decisions are taken from the dugout, and the captaincy role is a token role.
Okay, Sarthak Arya.
VK, Virat Kohli scored a 6-ball slower century in Jaipur and got trolled. And today, with dew in play and on a ground like Wankhede, Rohit is being praised. His fans are wilding. But by the way, I don't think there was that much dew in play, because I had some people tell me that they were using an anti-dew in the ground that apparently was very successful.
Nice.
There was a lot.
I love conflicts is back.
Yeah.
He says if Sid was Arjuna, even Krishna,
Krishna
would have given up. Just for those of you who don't follow mythology, he's talking about how Krishna convinced Arjun to take the battlefield, which is then now
And he came up
holy
with the
book
most
in Gita.
iconic hymn in the history of mankind.
Not
Please,
the herd.
that's your redemption.
Yeah.
Go with the hymn.
Yada yada hi dharmasya granir bhavati bharata advyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritah dharma sansthapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge. I have read the Gita conflicts.
So this is your redemption.
Yep.
So everyone, now after such a nice rendition, you just forgive him for tonight.
I mean, there is no cardinal sin being committed. So yes, I still love you guys.
Yeah.
Good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Rakesh Bhushan.
KP and Sunny were all praised for MSD field placement. He's definitely
But
15.
field placement must have been Rituraj Gaikwad. na?
As I had said, Rituraj just goes for the toss,
He got his-
calls it. So, I was right.
There goes his redemption.
Okay.
I'm right. See, he's definitely 15 runs plus. With
Didn't
this.
last 10 seconds.
It lasted 10 seconds. Doesn't matter. 10 seconds is like an era in this.
In like there must be some Gita ka sar where it will be something, like 10 seconds can be a life.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
can be.
If you are stuck in
For that, I
something
need the
like-
right verse and the right chapter in that
exactly,
particular kind of a
You
situation.
could have used it.
Yeah,
now.
but I don't remember it at this point in time. So yeah.
Okay. Quickly go through them quickly. Otherwise,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
gonna finish.
yeah.
Ha.
Plenty.
Yeah, definitely. There's pressure when MSD is in front of you that Hardik was not, or was bowling to MSD's strengths, which is slot, and
In the arc.
And full toss.
In the arc.
Yeah.
Shubham Garg says it's funny that Virat is blamed for the 19th over versus Rajasthan, where he scored 2 of 2. Today, Hardik is blamed for Shardul over when the batter at the other end scored 1 of 3 in the same over.
Everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Point.
Point, yeah.
Manav Kaushal, I think finally something Sidvi is going to crow about. We need the code of conduct for fans book urgently. This abhorrent bad behavior of crowd isn't showing any signs of slowing down.
It's been written.
Did you change your name and send a super chat just now?
I'm right in front of you, my friends.
Quietly you say, did it? You told Shivam, jaldi se ek bhej do. वो तभी, that's why he was not scrolling up.
I am.
Sending a super chat.
My phone is here. I have not touched it.
Who's it? Miraj
Hey,
or
this
Manav,
is-
to whom he's
this
got to
is-
send the first signed
No,
copy?
this is in sarcasm. Yeah.
So you have to send a
sarcasm.
copy, na? Who
I
is it,
will, I
Miraj
will.
Or was it Manav?
No, it was not Manav. I have got
But
the
send
book.
it to both.
I will send it to both.
With that much, na, largesse of your heart. Show
Of course.
them. Both Manav.
See, one can use it for Bhelpuri. The other can probably.
No, stop there.
I know. Yeah, it can be used for Bhelpuri.
Next thing it
I
says,
don't want to know various other
I
things
know.
that paper can be used for.
Exactly.
You please,
Absolutely, yeah.
that's why I stopped you. Go ahead. So,
Big fish in a small pond or small fish in a big pond. That's Rakesh Bhushan's comment. Hardik mindset right now bizarre. He should have led team which he built and won and then runner up. Right now he looks.
Please don't complete the comment, I beg you.
I didn't. I really didn't.
he looks
Confused.
confused.
That's it. He looks confused.
yeah.
These other non-veg comments we are not going to take.
I know.
It's
Warning
Navratri
to
time,
everyone.
yeah. It's Navratri time.
Navratri time anyway.
2 more days to go. That's it.
No, but please, I don't know if any of you think that we are fighting or arguing or anything. It's nothing like that. Siddharth has got us sevaya today.
Yeah.
How
And
could we fight him after that?
Kachori also.
Treated
Yeah.
us. We got kachori. because it was a Tamil New Year.
Tamil New Year. Vishu.
Vishu.
It was Vishu. So, Mr. Shekhar GTN, good evening, gents. Sid, we come on now. You're vested archbishop of MI on a Sunday evening. Get down to your yellow dhoti and pull off a lungi
But
dance.
that's not his team. No,
Mr. Shekhar, he
Keep up.
Yeah.
He's given up on this team.
And
He
by the
disowned
way,
them.
you're telling me to a song which I absolutely abhor.
Again, he will be like this.
Lungi dance.
Yeah.
It is the worst creation in the history of Bollywood.
Yeah, that movie was a big miss.
The movie was, but the song was very nice. But I know where he's coming from. But this is like
I won't.
like the moral high ground. Like they are
No, total
ruining our
stereotyping.
culture and stereotyping it.
It's total
And take it for
stereotyping.
entertainment. It was fun.
Kuch bhi
na.
entertainment. Kuch bhi.
How does it matter?
Bollywood has entertainment, please.
But see,
Says the
I'll
person
tell
who
you.
quotes Bollywood references on a drop.
No, for a bad reference, by the way. Understand that
Sure.
context. Yep.
It was a nice peppy song. I know that maybe it is, it hurt your Tamil sensibilities. I don't know whether it did.
It didn't hurt.
What?
It was an absolutely pathetic, stereotypical song, which has no relevance.
Yeah, but there's stereotyping of everything, nah. Even like whatever Sikh gentleman stereotype. They will
that is
play
a
one
problem.
character.
That's a big
there's
problem.
But he can take it like entertainment, yeah. Why take it so seriously?
That's why I don't take Bollywood seriously at all. And
Yeah,
especially one
Gujaratis
guy.
are made like one particular
Yeah,
character.
that's a problem. That's a
Sikhs
big
are made
problem.
like that.
Really?
South Indian are made like that. Bengalis are made like that. That's okay.
Casual.
I mean, look,
Correct. Casual.
Casual.
yeah, I like casual racism in that sense.
Not racism.
Yeah, Divyang says that Rohit Sharma lost a little momentum between 12 to 16 overs, but can't blame Rohit when other batters don't contribute. Even one more good innings, MI win, but CSK bowled well. Good point.
We discussed
Yeah,
all
we
of
did
that in
discuss
detail.
that.
Yes.
Vishal Panchal says, I agree with Sid on many points, but on Virat felt he was trying to come up with some logic to defend this criticism.
Maybe.
Samarjit,
Send him love. See, this is how
Yeah.
you win them back.
Exactly.
Send Vishal Panchal a flying kiss. There.
Indeed.
Now you won him over.
Yeah.
laughing emoji crying
And
face.
Samarjit Mondal, why has he taken his...
Message,
no,
bro.
he's just sent love.
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sent love is his first super chat. Thank you. Karthik K. HP wanted to win back crowds love, so he gave sixes to MSD. This I'm sure will be a social media joke.
It's a good one.
Exactly. Well done,
But you
KJU.
pointed that who was pointing out that he better not get MS out.
No, I said MS should.
Remember the first shot he hit, and we're like, he'll be out. He said, no, he better not get out because
Yeah.
he'll invite more hate from the crowd.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
Which is
That's
true.
KJU logic here. Yeah.
Thank God this website doesn't exist over there.
You know.
Okay, Shubham says, Sidvi, how 78 and 5 overs is a lost cause in this IPL? Only 4-5 times 50 runs have been scored in 3 overs. Even if it was lost cause, at least hit for net runs.
That's what we said.
Yeah. So IPL only 4 to 5 times it's happened. That's the thing. That's
Okay.
the thing.
Go down.
Amit Khajuria, he's come back after a long time. He says, back after a long time. Hello, Nikhil brother. MS4 World Cup.
I mean, the
DK
last
for
time he
World
was
Cup.
hitting it like this with long hair, it was 2007.
Oh.
17 years ago.
But he's not coming back. He's struggling, with his knee. As you saw, he could not even run behind the stumps when he was keeping. Struggling. Maybe that explains. I mean, I've been saying he needs to bat more.
But I've been saying that maybe
No, but
this is.
maybe I'm saying.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because with MS, you don't know, right? If he's made up his mind, he will, even if he's fit, he will not come for more than 3 balls because he's decided.
He's decided.
The whole world can do whatever they want. He has decided 3 balls means 3 balls.
And I'll go and grow strawberries.
Yeah.
Organic farming.
Organic farming.
There is a handle now. I love mutton biryani.
I love mutton biryani. It could be I love conflicts only. So change it. This is another one.
multiple systems, multiple handles here.
Have your biryani, guys. Sit, you danced and screamed after last year's
I'm sure it's
final.
somebody from up. who's
What are you
created it.
saying that you don't support CSK?
Yeah.
But that's true. See, all of that. Did anybody tell him to sing, dance, whatever?
No,
He
we
used to do
didn't.
it.
Sing, I didn't
He's
sing that.
just topi ghuma.
Ah, wait. I'll give you one clincher, one absolute evidential clincher. Is that
The video being cited.
the video being cited was
It's
posted
shot
on
by
my
him.
Instagram?
Yes.
I shot it. I
also
have
shot
it.
it,
I will
yes.
prove it.
No, I'm not denying that. Absolutely. It was done.
So, but did I tell you to do it? Did Shane tell you to do it?
No, he didn't know I was recording, so it can't be me.
So you did it on your own. You danced. Nobody
That's because
told
the
you.
match was such a thrilling game.
But
Simple.
Chennai won, that's why you.
I didn't
You
care
said,
if the match
yeah.
was a game.
Come on, yeah. Come on,
Plus
Siddharth.
3-day
You-
final.
You need to, cover your tracks better.
I did cover my
No,
tracks
you did
better.
not. You just suddenly one day say, no, I don't support them. One day, I
I
support
have already won the title with them, so it's okay. This time,
You keep
for the purpose of neutrality, no team this time.
Midway through the IPL, he's saying that now.
No, I said it from day
Do
one.
whatever you
Yeah.
do whatever you want to do. Do not trouble your mother
And
Of
us.
course.
and us.
The latter part.
On that note, we've gone on for very long tonight.
Yeah. Oof.
But thank
Yeah.
you for your company.
Pleasure.
I hope you guys had a great Sunday. If you're joining us late, we had a very lengthy discussion on two topics specifically, which we predicted will be trending next day. But as it turned out, it started trending now. So we discussed Rohit Sharma's innings today, and we discussed Rohit Sharma's innings in context to what Virat Kohli played that day. I know that this was going to be a big talking point, so we discussed that at length at the start of the show. And the other thing that we discussed at length was, of course, Hardik Pandya, his captaincy and his performance today. So do check that out if you joined us a little late. Take care. Good night.
Nandri.
Bye-bye. Nandri.
Vanakkam.
You have not
Shubhratri.
disowned Nandri and Vanakkam.
No.
Shubhratri,
Shabba khair.
Eat your vegetables.
And don't trouble your mother.
most important. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.